Hello, my loves. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good today. Welcome to your reading. Welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome back if this isn't your first time. This video is for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hello, water signs. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to do this reading for you. As you can see from the title, today we're doing a couple of different things. So first we're going to look at what have you learned and healed in 2020. Then we're going to do what will your new life in 2021 and the Great Conjunction of December 21st bring you and activate within you. If you don't know what the Great Conjunction is, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a couple of minutes, so just stick around for that just after this intro. So stick around for that if you want to know more about this. And then finally, I'm going to do some divine advice from Spirit just for you, just to, for whatever you might be going through right now, for the in-between, for, whatever it is that you need to know. Alright, so we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna do, so yes, this video is for all water signs, but you each have like your individual reading, okay? So all the timestamps are down below. You can go skip to your reading already. I'm gonna start with Cancer. And yeah, also what I want to say is that this is a general reading, so obviously if you saw this on your feed, if you clicked on this, if you felt drawn to it, it definitely means that there's a message for you here, but it might not be like the entire reading. So, if you feel there's something that really doesn't add up or doesn't resonate, just let it go. And also, I do personal astrology and tarot readings, so if you're interested in something more personalized from me, you can contact me on Instagram or email. All that information will be down below. I am selling this exact reading in a personalized version if you're interested in that, but I'm also doing many other kinds of tarot and astrology readings, okay? So if you're in need of some guidance, just contact me and we can most probably figure something out, all right? So, all right, I think I said everything that I wanted to say. I'll see you at your reading. Okay, so the Great Conjunction, Jupiter and Saturn for me, they are the two social planets in the way that, they are outer planets, but they move quicker than the generational planets, generational planets being Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So Jupiter stays in the same sign for about a year, and Saturn stays in the same sign for about 2.5 years. So the people born, for example, in school, your school grade pretty much has the same Jupiter and Saturn signs, or most of the people around exactly your age. So that's why they can be called the social signs. For me, I think Jupiter and Saturn, they are very, very opposite energies, but they're both definitely needed in the zodiac and in our lives, because Jupiter expands everything it touches, and Saturn is about constraints and restrictions. So you see kind of the paradox here. But how I see it is that, to me, Jupiter and Saturn are the two teachers of the zodiac if you look at the archetypes, because I think Jupiter is kind of like the teacher that is very, very gregarious, very extroverted, very philosophical, and just very enjoyable, just has a nice sense of humor, and is very present and very friendly and very human. And it's very easy to like them and to like him if you're talking him saying like Jupiter, but if you're talking about them. So if you're imagining Jupiter as a teacher, it's like your favorite teacher that's so easy to like, right? And who really believes in you, really pushes you, and is always there for you. And if you're interested, you can talk with them after the class ends and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? I think we all had a teacher like that, or I wish that for you, because it is really enjoyable, really nice. And teachers often have strong Jupiter in their chart as well. And Saturn is the teacher who's really strict, who's more severe and, more serious as well. Saturn is kind of the cold teacher, the one that's just so easy to hate, or to dislike, and you don't, you know, fun is not a keyword that you would associate with them. But as you mature and as you grow up and as you age, you turn back and you realize that they were like this to you, truly to encourage you to grow. They were hard on you to encourage you to grow and to work harder. And they were like hard on you to encourage you to learn how to discipline yourself so that you can be more and more successful as your life goes on. Okay, so Jupiter is not all good, because, you know, sometimes Jupiter can be too much, and can be, you know, Jupiter expands everything it touches, but sometimes it can be too much as well. So Jupiter is not all good, and just Saturn is not all bad. Okay, so they're coming together during this conjunction. So this is really, you know, the last time this conjunction happened was in May 2000 in the sign of Taurus, and now we have this happening at 0 degrees Aquarius. And as I already said, I think the 0 degrees is just so powerful and so symbolic. You can look in your birth chart, astrological birth chart, where this falls in what house, and this is where you're going to see the most changes. There's going to be a lot of innovations. There's just like, with this conjunction, especially at 0 degrees, I feel there's a lot of opportunities for new things and new doors to open, but of course you're going to have to take it if that is presented to you. Okay, it's just not going to happen just like that. But, you know, we've been in this super heavy Capricorn energy all year long, and we are slowly really moving out of that and looking at the future. You know, we've been really kind of reflecting on our life and on ourselves and on our societies and our infrastructures, institutions, all of that stuff, which is really Capricorn and really Saturn. And all of that has been transforming because of you know, Pluto and the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in January that's really heavily associated with COVID. But now we are looking forward. Okay, like we had all of this. We've been assessing, you know, some of these things have broken down or have been teared down, but, you know, and we've assessed what is good, what is bad, what do we want to keep with us, and what do we want to leave in the past, and now where are we going? Like, now what? This is really the feeling that this great conjunction is giving me. So yeah, I think I've said what I wanted to say about this. If you're interested in some more information, you can look that. Hello, my lovely Pisces. How are you doing today? Welcome to your reading. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope you're excited for this reading. I am. If you're wondering why I'm wearing different clothes, I'm filming this on a different day because I did Cancer and Scorpio first, and then it took a lot of energy out of me. So I always want to be in my best shape when I do reading for you guys, so that's why I usually record them back to back, but I'm recording this one on a different day. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out in case you were wondering. So if you didn't listen to the intro, we're going to be doing 3 things. First of all, we're going to be looking at what have you learned / healed in 2020. Then we're going to be looking at what will your new life in 2021 bring to you, and what is the great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius on December 21st, 2020, activating within you. If you don't know what that is, the great conjunction, I have a little bit where I talk about it right after the intro. Just go to the timestamps and watch that a little bit if you want to know about it, or you can look it up online as you wish. And finally, we're going to be looking at some advice from Spirit, okay? So once again, this is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And I do private readings as well for both tarot and astrology. If you're interested, all info on how to contact me down below in the description box, okay? But with that out of the way, we're just going to go straight into the reading. So this is the Star Child Tarot. I'm also going to be using today the Neo Tarot and the Goddess Power Oracle. Let's first look into what have you learned and healed in 2020. What has Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising? What have they healed? What have they healed in 2020? What lessons have they learned? What has Pisces healed in 2020? Yeah. Should we get more? Okay, I'm gonna go count to 5. 1, 2, 3. No, okay. I think we're gonna stop there for now. Okay, so let me show you your cards. First of all, we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. Then we got the 3 of Wands. And we also have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so what I'm first seeing here with the 7 of Wands in reverse is that one lesson that you guys have learned is how to assert yourself, okay? You have learned how to do this. This is not something that comes, I mean, of course, you're gonna be a Pisces, but you're gonna have a lot of different things going on in your birth chart, so every person is gonna be different. But Pisces as a sign is not one that's inherently or really naturally assertive in nature, so this is not something that comes really easily for you. Setting boundaries is also not something that comes easily for naturally for you, because the thing is, you know, alongside all of the other water signs, Pisces is one that is quite psychic and receptive and sensitive and can pick up on external stimulation really easily. But the difference between Pisces and the other water signs is that in its archetype, in its symbolism, Pisces doesn't come with a shell, okay? Because Cancer is the crab and Scorpio is a scorpion, right? So they can both defend themselves, but Pisces is just a fish swimming in water. So this is not to say that you cannot put up boundaries, but it's not something that will come naturally to you, okay? And this is one of the big lessons that you have to learn in your life. And so this might have hit you hard this year, but this has definitely been like a theme. Specifically, if you are a Pisces rising, the Capricorn, what I like to call the Capricorn shit show, the Capricorn planets this year, Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, that have been can mostly be blamed for all of that's going on in this year, that has gone on in this year, were in your 11th house most likely. And so this might have been really relevant when it came to your friends, for your friends group. Perhaps some of you guys realized who was your friend, who wasn't, or you really had to set some boundaries with some friends, or to assert yourself, learn how to assert yourself with some friends. And that can really be the most difficult when we, you know, learning how to put boundaries and express ourselves and assert ourselves with people that we've known for a while, or with people that we love, or with people that we know love us and have our best interests at heart, but it doesn't mean that it's perfect. Okay, so if you've been doing this, I'm really proud of you guys. That's really great. It's gonna get easier the more you do it, okay? And the more you do it, the more you're also gonna realize how great it makes you feel to be around people who respect you and your boundaries, okay? This might also have been about your personal beliefs, because the 11th house is also, if you're Pisces rising, I mean, I'm saying if you're, for the friends and the beliefs, this is like more specifically for Pisces risings, but if you're not Pisces rising and you resonate with that, then take it. Also beliefs and ideals about society and the world, because this is also what the 11th house is about. Okay, so perhaps you had different beliefs from most people, but perhaps you have been put into situations where you had to speak up and speak your mind and say what you were truly thinking. And this was difficult at first, but you found it really, really empowering. And so now you're not as shy to say that and to do that, which is really great. Yeah, and I feel like through that, you're kind of taming your own anger, I feel like this like side of you that's more, yeah, that's a bit darker and more aggressive that you might have. Perhaps you have been repressing it for a long time and you're kind of finally learning how to make friends with it and use it in a healthy way instead of just repressing it or dismissing it, which is great. With the Three of Wands, what I'm seeing here is one lesson that you've learned is to always keep, oh, I was going to say something different and then in my head I heard keep your options open. So maybe that's something also. You've learned to keep your options open, not set yourself on something really strictly and like convince yourself that you have to do it this way or you have to do this and that like that. You've learned to be flexible enough that it serves you. What I was first going to say is that you've learned to always see the bigger picture. You've learned not just how to do that, but also why it's important and in what way is it useful, okay? Especially now you see how this person is looking at an entire planet, and I think that what has gone on in the world, again, if you're a Pisces rising, the Capricorn planets were in your 11th house, and 11th house is a really very collective house. This is really about thinking about the collective, about groups, about communities, about societies, about civilizations even. So you've really been thinking a lot about that and coming to new realizations, and perhaps your belief system has switched in a way, it's changed in a way, it's just had to adapt to the situation, and you had to adapt to the situation, and you found that even though you were maybe isolated, maybe you were in lockdown, in some way you were connected to the collective in a new and different way because you were seeing it in a different way. You were considering the part that you play in it in a different way. Okay, if this applies to you, you're gonna know what I mean. It's gonna be different for everyone also. I also heard daydreaming realistically. Okay, daydreaming is definitely a theme for Pisces, and it's definitely not something that's inherently positive or negative. It's just a fact, and then how you use that is what would make it positive or negative for you. So it can be a big lesson for Pisces to learn how to daydream in a healthy way, which means in a way that doesn't, affect the rest of your life negatively, and not for too, like, Jesus, okay, can I speak? Not for too big periods of time, because when you're daydreaming a lot to the point where you're not in the present, I understand why you do this, okay, because, okay, I'm a Pisces moon myself, so I do this as well, I get it. When we daydream a lot, like most of the time, it's typically because we're not super happy in the life that we're currently in, or we don't like it, we don't like our current life that much, and so we just kind of do this to escape and to have more fun. But the thing is, when you do it too much, you're actually not being able to live in the present, and the thing is, like, you can never get to that thing or that life that you're daydreaming about, because we're creating the future in the present, and if you're not present in the present, you cannot create the future that you want. Okay, I feel this is something that you have been learning and healing in 2020. With this Ace of Cups, what I'm seeing is that you have been learning how to fill your own cup. Okay, this is really what I'm seeing here, because this Ace of Cups can be about relationships and romantic love and someone else having an offering of love, but I'm really seeing this being about self-love and self-sufficiency and self-reliance. I think that you've learned how to rely on yourself a bit more this year, but not in a way that made you feel like you were alone and couldn't count on other people, or that you had no one else to help you if you needed it, but just in a way that made you more confident, in a way that made you more productive, and just I feel like I'm getting a sense of someone just like feeling more powerful because you finally know what you're capable of, and you know that if you want to start a new project or do something else, or that if you are in a rough patch, you can count on yourself and you know what you can do. Okay? And you can trust yourself as well. You've learned to trust yourself a lot this year, and I think that's really, really great. This is gonna stay with you for the rest of your life, okay? And it's always going to be helpful. Also, if you have been struggling with some self-worth issues, if you didn't really love yourself at the beginning of this year, I think that right now this has been a bit better, okay? You have started to see all the beauty within you that's already there. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing for you guys, for the lessons that you've learned and the things that you've healed in 2020. Now let's get into what will your new life be like in 2021. Okay, so what will life be like for Pisces in 2021, and what is the Great Conjunction activating within them, please? So if you're a Pisces rising, the Great Conjunction is most likely happening in your 12th house. So this might be awakening a lot of psychic energy, okay? I don't know why I'm saying this while I'm shuffling, because I never really do that. But I'm just feeling to say that. So maybe some of you are kind of disoriented or kind of freaking out about it. It's okay, okay? Don't freak out. There are ways to put boundaries on that kind of stuff too. There are ways to cope with that and deal with that, okay? And yes, it is psychic energy, okay? If you've just been experiencing weird things and you're like, what the hell is this? It's psychic energy, okay? It's spirit talking to you, or your spirit guides, or God, whatever it is that you would most likely believe in. Ooh. Okay. Are we keeping you? Okay, yeah. So, okay, I'm not going to read reversals for this deck, because I don't feel like I should right now. Okay, we got the Seven of Cups. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And the two that came out that I kept were the Knight of Wands as well as the Devil. Okay, so let me take a good look at these. Okay, I get it. I'm kind of seeing this kind of like chronology here. Okay, so I want to say, first of all, these cards are here to warn you, okay? Because what I'm seeing is that there is potential that you could be struggling with some sort of addiction in 2021. Or just fall back into patterns that don't serve you, or just really get stuck for a really long time in a dark place. And I'm not saying this to discourage you or anything, but I'm just saying that it's not who you are. You might think that this is who you are. It's not. You deserve better. If you are struggling with an addiction, there is help available for you. You don't have to be ashamed to speak up about it, okay? So, you know, it might be something that seems to come up, but the thing is that you don't have to give into it, okay? Just because, and this is something I saw from a post, just because worry invites itself at the table does not mean that you have to feed it, okay? Just replace worry with whatever it is that you may be thinking you could struggle with. And this is pretty much the energy here. It's low vibrational energy because it's what happens when you're too scared to step into your own power. And you resort to things like this, okay? Just make sure that you don't lose who you are, okay? If you feel like you're in a patch where you can't grasp and sense who you are as a person, as an identity, as an individual, if you feel like you cannot see your ego, and I don't mean ego in a negative way, okay? I mean ego as a concept. We all need an ego. It's part of what makes us human. But if you cannot, like, you need to stay in touch with your ego. I know that sounds weird, okay? But because ego has a kind of negative connotation, but I don't mean it in a negative way, okay? And I think you know what I mean, because this is something kind of typical of Pisces, to not to be addicted, but to be capable of losing themselves in the world, because it's so easy to just be connected to everything and to let everything merge and be stuck in enmeshment. But it's not who you are. It doesn't have to be who you are. It doesn't have to be your life, okay? And the thing is, all those things that you might want that seem to shine so bright and you are so obsessed about, it just seems like that because you don't see yourself, because you actually do shine brighter than that, than all of that, okay? Now, other things that will help you to not be in that behavior, in that headspace, is really to tap into your earth energy, okay? To stay grounded, to stay focused, to stay ambitious, to stay organized. If you have any earth placements in your chart, tap into them. Even if you don't, okay? I mean, yeah. You can also tap into your Virgo duality, okay? Because the opposite sign of Pisces is Virgo. And so even if you're not a Pisces rising and you don't have Virgo descendant, even if you don't have Virgo placements, opposite signs work in such a way that they are like a duality, and they always have things to teach to each other, okay? You don't have to know any Virgos and ask them personally, but to just learn about the archetype and tap into that kind of energy can help you bring back some sort of balance. So just stay grounded. You can meditate every day, or just keep some sort of routine at least not lose track of time. That can help a lot. If that can be part of like losing yourself in that, for you personally, that's something you can struggle with, or you realize you do. If you have, I see you here, like, especially with this Knight of Pentacles, like you are working, because I'm seeing like there's some kind of like ongoing project. It could be like a degree, it could be like a big project, you could be wanting to like launch your business, I'm hearing. Could be multiple things. I'm hearing a birth, could be of a baby, or a project, or an idea, okay? There's just something you've already been working on in 2020, and you continue to work on that in 2021. And although I don't think you know, I'm not seeing necessarily that you complete it and you finish it and it's like big party, because this is mostly just focusing on the process of it and enjoying the process, enjoying the way, enjoying the path. But you are progressing, okay, and it feels good, and you can tell, and you get good karma back for that, okay? Just stay in your Queen of Pentacles energy. Stay patient with your Knight of Pentacles energy. Don't just expect things to fall from the sky, or if you've been working on a big project, don't just you can't expect it to have immediate results sometimes, okay? So just forgive yourself in that, and don't be too hard on yourself. Just because you cannot see immediate results doesn't mean that there are not, or that there will not be, okay? Yeah, just stay practical as much as possible. If you have a lot of earth signs in your life, keep them close. Okay? They can help you with that. It's only when you're able to accept this earth, this pentacle energy, and to actually learn and start to appreciate it, that you can feel like this Knight of Wands, that you can find your passion and be able to simultaneously work hard towards something and be ambitious and be practical and be organized and be a visionary, but also charge at it and be super passionate and enjoying the process and feel like you're actually doing things and making a difference and working from both a head space and a heart space at the same time, okay? And when you get into your Queen of Pentacles energy and you master that, okay, no matter your gender, okay, Queen of Pentacles is just an energy. When you do master this Queen of Pentacles energy, it's when you're going to be able to kind of unlock this freedom and free-spirited and lightheartedness of the Knight of Wands a lot more. Not that you're not going to have any, okay? I'm just saying, like, in general, you cannot bypass this kind of pentacle lesson here. And this is also when things are going to start to really unlock and unblock, like, a lot quicker. So if in 2021 you feel like some things are stalling, or you're just impatient, or you're like, this thing is not working, it's blocking, what's going on? Just go back to your roots, go back to earth energy, and you're going to be able to, from that, grow into a Knight of Wands, and then things are going to go a lot faster, but you're going to be ready for it at that point, okay? Okay, great. So let's get some advice from the goddesses themselves. What is some advice for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please? What is some advice for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising? What is some advice for Pisces, Moon? What do the goddesses want to say to Pisces? If you have anything to say, please speak up. We're waiting for you. What does Pisces need to know? Can we get to something? You can skip, okay? If you're watching this, you can skip to when I get the card. Because I'm just going to keep on shuffling. Okay. Thank you. Yep. let me just take a look at the booklet before I start babbling away. Okay, so first we got number 18, Green Tara, Salvation. And then number 32, we have Mama Killa, the Moon. Great goddess name. Love it. I don't know why I'm getting like the numbers might be someone's age, 18 or 32. Green Tower did come out in reverse though. For some reason I feel really to read from the booklet, at least at first. Maybe I'll have some more intuitive messages after that. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to read the alignment message from Green Tara. Green Tara, known as She Who Saves, is here to remind you that salvation is contingent on your willingness to release your ego conflicts and surrender your wants and unmet desires to the divine. Do you find yourself swimming in a nagging spiral of dissatisfaction? Are you comparing yourself to others and always coming up short? Do you feel entitled to the manifestation of your wants arriving in the only form that you will accept? When you are suffering from longing and wanting, you are like a hungry ghost that will never be fed and blind to the opportunities that are truly yours. Never fear. Just as a true friend will let you know when you're off track, Green Tower will let you know when you're out of alignment. She will save you from the destructive qualities of hubris, entitlement, and elitism, as well as the consciousness of lack with the following alignment task. Get right with yourself and the world again. First, know that you are exactly where you need to be right now, and if that means empty for a time, that is perfect. Instead of looking at what isn't there, bless every tiny aspect of your life with deep gratitude. Green Tower will show you that the world is your friend. You've only been fighting against yourself. You will then recognize the earth as a place of joy and abundance. Okay, that's a beautiful message. So you can always call upon her when you are in need of some guidance, or when you feel like you're out of alignment. If you do meditations, if you do prayers, if you do whatever it is that you might be doing, your beautiful rituals, you can call upon her. Okay? Let's go for Mama Killa. The empowerment message. The Incan goddess of the moon presides over the power of cycles and seasons. The moon rules the night sky, returning full 13 times a year. The ancients marked time by the moon to know when to plant, when to harvest, when to store food, and when to celebrate fertility. Right now, you are invited to see what is familiar and decide whether you need to improve on it or leave things as they are. The answer to your inquiry can be found in the timing of things and the cycle you're in. You can apply the idea of natural cycles to relationships, creative projects, personal growth, and more. If you are honest with yourself, you will see there is no way to control these cycles, only to use the creative energy they offer to help you. If your relationship is unclear yet brimming with potential, you might turn to the new moon energy that shows up in the spring cycle of life. In that case, you just need to allow the relationship to grow naturally and be clear in your intentions. When your outer world seems to be slowing down, with obstacles rising up and temporarily blocking your every move, do not put up a resistance. Instead, take advantage of the need to rest and recalibrate your intentions. as you wait for the cycle to change. No matter what, like the cycles of the moon, there is divine order in everything that is happening in your life right now. Once you know this, the goddess Mama Killa welcomes you to her divine moon dance of co-creation. That is a beautiful message, you guys. So I feel like I should stop here, so I will. These are the messages that I got for you today, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that this resonated. If it did, please like this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Share this video. Subscribe to my channel to get more videos like and unlike this one. I do recommend, especially if this didn't really resonate, but either way, I really recommend that you watch all 3 of your signs, sun, moon, and rising, because this is the intention that I put in the readings when I do them. So fire signs are already uploaded. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and air and earth signs will be up within the next few days, okay? So just subscribe to make sure that you don't miss out. Once again, take what resonates and leave the rest. And I do private readings, both astrology and tarot. All information on how to contact me for that down below in the description box. But yeah, I will leave you on that note. Thank you so much for watching. I love you a lot. I hope that you have an amazing day, an amazing end of 2020, an amazing 2021. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye bye.